Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Huddle on the Hilltop. I hope everyone had a good spring break. As you guys can tell, our guy TJ is back from a phenomenal basketball season and is ready to tackle the spring on the podcast. So welcome back, TJ.
Thank you. How are we doing? Good to be back. So with March being National Athletic Training Month, we just want to extend our thank you to our 3 athletic trainers here at WA. They're always here for us. They work long hours, make sure our student athletes are cared for. With that, we have our 3 trainers. Trainer Meg, Trainer Britt is back from maternity leave, and Mr. Millie. So how are we doing today? We good?
Good.
We're all good.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yep. So we're just going to start it off with some basic questions. So how long have each of you been here at Worcester Academy?
So this is my 3rd year.
And I started out with camps, working basketball camp under Ed Riley about 14 years ago, and then they hired me into the 2nd year, so this is coming into my 12th year here.
And this is my 32nd year.
The veteran. The veteran.
Yeah.
I get the front row seat at graduation.
Yep. As you
Gets the
should.
parking spot.
Yeah.
So the next question we have for you guys is, what are some ways that you 3 collaborate as trainers, and how important is it to kind of have a team approach towards things?
I would say it's extremely important to have a team approach. And I think, we collaborate and are talking to each other constantly throughout the day, whether it's in person, through emails if we're not together, talking on the phone, text messaging, but, we're always talking to each other about what's going on with, different teams, different student athletes, injuries, things like that.
Yeah, and before I was here, I was the only athletic trainer in public school. It's very rare, in even some NEPSAC, they don't have the opportunity to have 3. So with 4 sites sometimes going on at the same time, especially in the fall, sometimes the athletes overlap, so we keep our communication. If I have to see a field hockey girl, Brittany and I are in talks, and just making sure that even though we have our fields, we have to work together. And that goes also with our UMass physicians that we talk about. So if he has some connections from being here so long, 3 decades, he has some connections that we utilize, and Brittany brought in the new rehab, the latest and greatest rehab stuff, so we collaborate always, depending on what's going on in that day.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have 3, not just 1.
Yeah.
Just at a public school.
Yeah, we need it.
For sure, we need it.
TJ needs all 3.
So what are some of your favorite things about working as athletic trainers?
I think being on the sideline and being able to watch all the sports. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, so I think kind of getting back to being immersed in it and watching everyone succeed. And, we just had 2 championship teams, and being a part of that, it's exciting. We're excited for you guys to watch you succeed. Everyone likes a winning sport. Yeah.
And on the other end of that, as an athletic trainer, you see the worst of the worst sometimes in athletes, because when you're a high school athlete, especially at this level, you're in a bubble of your identity. Sometimes your identity is that sport, and we're not just an athletic training room physically, we're emotionally support group, and sometimes we're there for you in the worst of the worst, and then we get to help you get back onto that court or that field, which is so rewarding. And I think us having a big part of that return to play is so rewarding on so many levels, not just physically, but emotionally.
Yeah, I would echo what Megan said. I think one of the most rewarding things is, seeing student athletes that have injuries or, run into some things that keep them off the court, and then seeing all the hard work that they put in, and then to finally get back on the court, doing the thing, or the field, or whatever, doing the thing that they love to do. That's the most rewarding thing, is to see you guys get back.
So the next question we have for you guys is, who have been some of the most memorable teams that you've had and enjoyed working with in your years at WA? If you have maybe a specific team or season.
I've got quite a few, actually.
You don't say.
Over the years, just some of those championship teams, dating back to my 2nd year here at Worcester Academy, our boys hockey team was told halfway through their season that they were dropping the hockey program. for, you know, for a lot of different reasons, but they were going to eliminate hockey for a while, and the team then kind of gathered together and regrouped, and they went on to win the NEPSAC championship that year.
That's a good story.
So that was sort of
That should be
a
told
special
more
moment.
often.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
And then, you know, so we didn't have hockey for about 5 or 6 years, and then we started it up again, and, you know, I've had boys hockey, and then, you know, girls hockey too. I mean, we have a championship in girls hockey team, in our girls hockey program back in, I think it was 2017. Literally like 4 or 5 years after we started our girls hockey program, you know, they got to the point where they were at the highest level, and I think they were the #1 seed going into the tournament, and ended up, you know, winning the championship that year. And
It's amazing.
obviously, the 2 soccer championships that you've got to
I was
experience as a
here for
freshman,
both,
right?
yeah.
Exciting championships,
neat.
and all the championship teams that I've been able to watch have just been so exciting, because there's
And I
nothing
was
like that feeling.
I was thinking of, it's easy to pick this year, because obviously this year's still on our brains, and it's easy to think of like, oh, winning seasons are most memorable, but I actually, a couple of years ago, because I travel with football, our last football game in the rain at Berkshire, we had 13 eligible players. So I don't just think about like, oh, we won and that's memorable. Sometimes I think of the grit of our football team has to play both ways. I was bigger than half the team, and they still went out there and they battled, and it wasn't a winning season, but seeing the grit and that they kept coming back, and football's not an easy, I thought of them, because it's not just all about winning, it's about that human nature about going back. That's what sports about.
Sometimes it's the game, like it's a memorable game. This fall, one of our field hockey games went into overtime. We did end up losing, but to not have such a strong team, I mean, a lot of the schools we play have stronger field hockey teams, and I'll never forget coming that close to winning a really good team. It's like those games just stick with you.
Athletic trainers, obviously you guys see a lot and you hear a lot, and a lot occurs within your athletic training rooms, whether it's here or at Gaskell or at the hockey rink. But what are some of your biggest pet peeves as trainers, so we can tell our athletes to clean it up and respect our trainers better?
For our appreciation month.
Appreciation.
And for the rest of time,
Yeah,
as trainers.
Not just this one.
one more day. I have a couple on my brain, but the ones that I can probably say is don't get out of practice. Don't use us for getting out of practice. We're here to keep you on the field, not to trying to get out of class or, and I think that's the one I'm gonna pick out of the ones I can.
I'm gonna use like instant gratification, like, you know, athletes thinking that just because we worked on something one day or taped something one day, it should feel better instantly, and it doesn't work like that. You need to put time in. It's a process.
I don't know if I have any specific pet peeves. I mean, I think something that's just been ingrained in me from a long time, and it was like one of my professors from college used to say that, you know, they didn't like us to be just called trainers, you know, liked us to be referred to as athletic trainers. That kind of differentiates us from other professionals that might use that word of just being labeled a trainer.
We don't just lift things up and put them down.
Yeah, I think
And
that was,
I've noticed ESPN, they make sure to say, especially I'm watching the Final Four, and they're saying the athletic trainer, and then they're saying their name. I don't know if you've noticed that. And the Sweet 16, they were saying, oh, Aaliyah Boston went over to this trainer, Susie Smith, and like they're actually saying athletic trainer now. And because we've come a long way since you started, I think that everybody is recognizing what we do, and because we're not just taping ankles and putting ice on you, we're saving lives, and so that's a good point.
The next question we have is a little similar to the pet peeves, but what is your least favorite injury to attend to, and why?
The fake one.
The fake one. Okay.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
The one that was there all practice all
Yep.
week, and all of a sudden it's game day, and it's like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I can play now.
that one.
Yeah, some good answers on that one.
All right, so we're gonna shine a light on you guys more here. So what are your greatest accomplishments working as certified athletic trainers, whether it's here or somewhere else, or I know you can't use names, but if there's a certain athlete that you really got close with and helped them get to a point of like succeeding, what are some of those accomplishments?
One of our catchers that graduated from here at Worcester Academy, going through his coming back through cancer was also definitely a memorable part. Again, going that emotional component of rehab, not just like, it's not just all about the physical. I'm not just going to tape it up, but he was actually my only return to sport post-cancer patient that we've ever had. So that's top 3.
Meg wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can top it.
Yep, I'm out.
I don't know if I have any great accomplishments. I mean, maybe the only thing is that I'm still doing this after 30-something years.
Yeah, that is an accomplishment.
I won't be.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I'll take it.
All right, so as you know, every week we play a game here on the podcast, and I thought it was fitting with our athletic trainers to bring out an oldie but goodie operation. So how it's going to work is they're going to try to get the bone or the body part or whatever is in this man here on the board. And if they hit the wall and you hear the buzzer, then they have to answer a personal question about themselves. Just rapid fire question.
Oh, God. Okay.
So we're gonna have the vet go first. Let's do it.
The pressure's on. Oh, he got it.
Oh, gosh.
That's not
Uh-oh. The horse, the Charlie horse
going by the neck.
in the thigh.
Nope.
Oh!
Nice.
All right, so Meg's our first victim here. She couldn't get the
I got
Charlie
a Charlie
horse.
horse.
All right, Meg, who was your first or current celebrity crush?
What? Okay, that's fun. I want to know his. I wish you would. Oh my God.
Celebrity.
At any point, did you have like someone?
I would probably say, like, Zach Morris of Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you know who that is, right?
I do not actually. I
Neither do
have no
I.
idea.
You'll be glad I didn't have to answer that because you would never know who any of the names I would say.
All right. Her on the knee. Here we go, Britt. Oh gosh. She's going in.
Oh my
Oh, he got it.
There he is.
Adam's apple.
Oh, the Adam's apple.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh,
That's a tough
it's
one.
buried way in there.
Oh,
Meg put them in.
yeah, we might have set him up for this one. All right. Again, I don't think we'll know this person.
May or may not.
All right, Mr. Millie, couldn't get the Adam's apple. What musical artist or band do you listen to the most?
I would say that Elton John is probably my favorite performer.
okay.
So I think everyone knows who Elton
Yeah,
John
we
is.
got that.
We know that one.
Good answer.
We got
Okay,
that
there we go. All right, Britt.
Wrenched ankle.
Wrenched ankle. Here we go.
Oh, this is.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Good thing we're not surgeons.
So the next question we have is, what is your favorite midnight snack?
I'm not up past midnight.
Well, late night
Just late
snack.
night. Like
Late
you're
night
laying in
snack.
bed, you're hungry. you
Before
go down-
bed.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
downstairs.
you're watching some Netflix or something, and what's your choice of snack?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Popcorn? Good answer.
It's a classic.
Yeah. Spare ribs. Meg's going for the spare ribs. Ooh.
I did
All
not
right,
even touch
reminders,
it.
do not let Meg operate on you.
I feel like a basketball foul. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
All right, here we go, Meg. What class at WA do you think you could teach? Not including,
Anatomy and physiology.
no,
The-
not
Oh.
including, well, I guess,
Yeah, that works.
That
we were
works.
gonna say not
We were gonna
including
say-
PE or
You'd
health.
be so good at that.
Drama.
Oh,
oh,
Theater.
Okay.
Dance. Choreography.
I can
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
I forgot about that.
Not math or reading.
All right, let's back up. What do we got?
Pulled muscle.
Hold muscle.
Uh-oh.
No, this is the hardest one.
Old muscle.
Uh-oh.
We have a lot of old muscles.
The pressure's on. We need like some Jeopardy music. No.
Stop it.
Wow.
What is it? Rider's cramp. Oh,
Oh,
in the wrist
boy.
maybe.
Pencil.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness. No way.
Here goes Britt.
Gosh.
All right, here we go.
So the next one we have is, what is your favorite animal?
Dogs. I have two of them.
Two dogs. What are
That
their
was
names?
easy.
Two golden retrievers, Coogan and Colby.
Okay. A good one, a simple one.
Yep.
Broken heart.
Oh, broken heart. Here we go.
My first crush.
You have to be extra sensitive with this one.
Got a lot of broken hearts in the training room. Especially around prom time. Okay. Yes, I got this. Oh, come
She
on.
said she got it.
Oh, no, you didn't
No,
see that.
We won't count. All right, that works.
Bone.
Wishbone. Here we go.
It's hard always standing up. Oh, that's tucked in.
Let's see here.
Yeah, the
Things in
wires
the
on it.
way.
Okay. Here goes Mr. Millie.
Oh! All right.
All right, we got Mr. Millie. All right, Nate. I think number 6.
So number 6 is, do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talent.
And
Oh,
demonstrate.
goodness.
Yeah.
And demonstrate.
And demonstrate.
I guess, I don't know if it's a talent, but I used to tape my own ankle.
Tape your own ankle.
Which they say is very hard to do. I don't know.
I could
That's
not
not a
think about
talent.
doing
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
I don't,
The fact you can reach your toes. That's pretty impressive.
Shots fired.
Funny bone.
All right, Britt's got the funny bone. We got 2 more left.
That's what, Meg. I know. Where's the Oh my God.
Uh-oh. All right, Britt. What is your dream vacation?
Grease.
Greece. That's mine
Never
too.
been.
I always see the photos
Yeah.
of like,
Grease looks amazing.
Yeah.
yeah, the blue water and everything.
Yep. All right.
In the bread basket? Is that what we're going to call it?
All right, here we go.
Awkward.
Meg's got the bread basket. Meg, there's the bread. All right, our guy got hit in the bread basket, I think. Here we go. This is very
I'm going to
boring.
use that. I'm going to actually use that in the real world. Oh, did you get hit in the bread basket? Oh, come on. Oh, I made
no,
it harder.
Made it harder.
Looks like a tooth.
Oh, she's
I
bringing it
need my-
back.
All right, so that just about wraps it up for episode 18 of Huddle on the Hilltop. We wanted to personally extend our thank you to you 3 for everything you guys do for us and our athletic teams here at WA. So that's it. See you next week.
Thank you.
thank you.